that perches in the soul, and sings the tune without the words, and never stops at all.
And in the sweetest gale it's heard, and sore must be the storm that could abash the little bird, that kept so many warm.
I've heard it on the chillest land and on the strangest sea, yet never in extremity it asked a crumb of me.
Good evening and welcome to this year's Festival of Lights. As is our Elective tradition, we celebrate the season with poetry. Every Elective girl has either memorized a song or poem for this event, and many of us wrote original work.
Hello, my name is Helen and we are all members of the Poetry Elective. This is my third and final year in Poetry Elective and I'm honored to be one of your hosts this evening. Usually students only do Poetry Elective 1 or 2 times in their LWGMS career, but I fell in love with it in 6th grade and have done it every year since. We hope you enjoyed tonight's performances as much as we enjoyed preparing them.
The poem recited by Nikita and Gabby was the inspiration for our work this year. Perhaps you recognized it. Hope is a Thing with Feathers was written by Emily Dickinson and published in 1891, 5 years after her death.
Each of us compared what hope meant to us. Like Emily Dickinson, we compared hope to something else, creating metaphors and expanding them. Some of us decided to find the places in our lives we found hope, or address hope itself, honoring it in the form of an ode.
We hope you enjoy yourselves tonight. Finally, we ask that you please hold your applause until the end of our piece. But if you like something you hear, please feel free to snap.
Hope is an empty cardboard box. It's pushed aside, unwanted, shoved in a corner, forgotten, neglected. Until one day, I find it, and now the brown old walls burst with color, the weakened sides swing wide, the muddy floors now glitter as golden tiles, and the music of my heels reminds me that I am the queen, and this is my castle. Hope is imagination. Hope is the thing.
Hope is the blue puffy dress, the one that leaves behind a trail full of roses and promises a path of faith. I enter a new world, full of rainbows, yes, but strong, rapid waters too. Rivers that pull you in and try to drown you, it's true. I have drowned before, and it hurt. Sometimes it still does, because when I surrendered to the current, I lost my way, my path, I lost myself. I lost the thing with feathers that kept so many warm, perdí mi esperanza. I told myself I would rise, I told myself I could fly, and I did. I flew so high, I forgot what made me rise in the first place. I fell, again. I forgot how to lift myself up, so I pulled others down, and I lost, again. But the day I leave behind my trail of roses, I'll remember my fails, my falls, my wins, because my 15 primaveras, they only come once, and although I am afraid, I know more than ever. Yo voy a sobrevivir. I once believed I could, once believed in flying, and trust me, I'll do it all over again, because that's what it takes to keep my way. That's what it takes to keep mi esperanza.
Hope is never saying goodbye. Relationships always end, whether it's after one too many rude words or when you're sitting in a hospital bed with wires and a horrifyingly heavy heartbeat. Losing them is when you find out that sometimes the angel of death isn't an angel, and the little bird that kept so many warm, it needs a vacation too. But don't let the memories escape your shaking embrace, because if, in our last parting, you don't say goodbye, then maybe I can convince myself that it isn't really farewell. But deep inside, I am afraid. Afraid of what happens if we do let the memories escape. Afraid of what happens if we truly never see each other again. And most importantly, afraid of what happens next. But whatever does happen, dear friends, promise me this. Never tell me goodbye.
Hope is after the rain. It's the sun pushing its rays through the thick crowd of clouds. It's the lightheadedness of trying to bring too much oxygen into your small, little lungs. It's the flash of a beak pulling a worm from the soft, damp dirt. It's the green sheen of stubble sticking to the earth's skin. With rain comes hope. Rain brings a new chance. It washes away your mistakes. It leaves space for your leaves to grow. Hope is after the rain.
Hope is bumping into a stranger with a sorry. Instant regret floods you, quickly evaporating into mist with 2 words. For what? Melting like caramel on your tongue, your fear gone, because that one interaction makes everything a little sweeter. Hope is something we've lost, along with the kindness that used to shine in our eyes when we said hello to a stranger on the street, the label of crazy now meeting them instead of good. How are you? But someday we will find it again. Pick it up from the oil spill where it's drowning in racism and sexism and global warming and hatred. Dry it off and warm up its unhopeful heart and show it the generation it birthed in secret, the generation that saw all of this and more but grew stronger and closer because of it. The generation that saw the mistakes the past has made but is now rising like a rose from the ashes. And although it has thorns, it has a beating crimson heart that is burning with hope like never before. Hope is the thing.
Hope is the wake of a hurricane. Families once torn apart, their minds flooded with fear and anger. Hope is when they see each other again for the first time in weeks, and a gentle drizzle washes all their worries away. Hope is when the community rebuilds the bonds once broken for Maria and Harvey and Jose and Irma. Because now one of us is as strong as all of us. And when we work together, we can become unstoppable.
Hope lies within my unknown. I look around and everyone's future is sown. I and my being are a spool of yarn ready to be woven with grace and color. But despite my indecisive mindset for the future, I will journey the road and hope wherever I go and cling to me. And some days I will look Mama in the eye, choke on my alibi, but hope every day I will try. And Mama says, baby, the fear is normal. And hope I want to live side by side my flaws. I am born into a world of expectations. Be kind, be humble, be pretty, be silent. Hope, let me dare to defy a little. And hope, maybe I'll even have a thing. Hope, let me redeem my mistakes and build myself up from bricks and brains. And when my temper flares, let me take a big gulp of air at the surface of my fury, so future doesn't slip from my grip like so many before. I could make a list, but I won't. Hope, you remind me. I want to grow tall, yet the bigger I get, the harder I can fall. And, sorry, one second. I have yet to know where I will be in 10 years. But I know that as this world will cry, I will dry the tears. Hope, I'll have you know, I'll be unstoppable within years.
Hope the freshly received email. The moment I see it, I wonder, I guess, I hope for a classmate, a teacher, a friend. Hello, I'm sorry, I just wanted to tell you anything. My hope rises up and keeps rising and rising and rising. There's one email waiting to be read, one endless moment to hope, anything and everything. Until the email is clicked open, hope's courageous quest carried out. How are you? That's okay. Thanks. Answers to my questions, my curiosities, my hopes. A smile stretches across my face. I realize that I don't need to know what my classmates think, to obsess over my teacher's concerns, to wait for my friend's validation. I just need one unread email and the courage to hope. Hope is bravery. Hope is the thing.
Hope is an airplane flying through the sky. For my dad, fear sets in. Eyes closed, it takes off into the unknown. Palms sweat, it floats hundreds of feet in the air. He shakes. It travels over thousands of miles. Head rested on the seat in front of him. He hopes to find his way. I grab hold of his hand, feeling helpless that I can't do anything but watch. The pilot's calm voice travels through the intercom. My dad slowly gains more trust. Eyes open, palms relaxed. He's still and sitting upright. He dares look out the window, seeing mountains, oceans, and deserts. His hope was stronger than his fear. Hope is an airplane flying through the sky.
Hope is digging in the sand, knowing that there might not be an end, but digging anyway. Finding secrets and promises locked in a treasure chest under the tan crystals that cover the beach, or maybe just smoked beer caps and rocks. But still wanting to dig. And I have dug enough times so I can tell you there isn't always a treasure chest, and there are rocks in the path, but that will never stop me from continuing to dig.
Hope, you are my light. Life was empty before you came along. You bring determination when I'm weak, worried, worthless. Sometimes I watch as you float away like a cloud, but I don't forget to prove to myself, take what light I gouge out no matter how deep, and continue. Your absence is sour to my hands, rejecting my grip, my gut, my faith that held on for so long. Come back, flood through my veins and rush through me with purpose. You're the way my thoughts obsessively try to fit like puzzle pieces. You're the way I can finally breathe. You're the confidence of my heartbeat. You're the way others smile through pain. You are the only way. To look ahead, to see clearly, breathe me, fill me, to show me I can. Hope, take me to the finish. I want to do the unthinkable, the indescribable. For my steady rhythm of life pulls me to what I was never ready for. And I know you'll keep me going. You always find me in the dark. Because Hope, you are my light.
Hope is a baby. And a vacuum. She handed her over as I quickly reached out my arms. I held her close to my body. This teeny thing forces sobs and wails from her lungs. You hold the baby and I'll turn on the vacuum. Let's hope she stops the crying. As I sat there in shock, still processing what's going on, I waited. Waited for this battle to end, waited for the crying to stop, and waited for the room to be silent. As I endlessly wondered when this demented outrage of chaos would end, the baby obliviously cried hopelessly in terror as I cradled her closely to my comforting chest, hoping she knew she was safe with me. In the moment, at least, so I closed my eyes and breathed. Suddenly, she had shut. curled up, tears underneath the softness of her cheeks, and now I just sit here, holding the baby as the vacuum is still going, and I am still hoping.
46 days of lockers slamming and girls shrieking and screaming as they run down the hallway. Their smile is bigger than the mountains their locker ladies moved. On day one, I couldn't help but wonder, is this really my school? And I hoped that it could be, because I am just one girl and Elective is many, but I already know that I love it. I love the smell of markers painting their knowledge across whiteboards, telling us that there is hope for an equal future. I love the sound of music overflowing from some unknown source as it pours from the hallway into the cracks of a classroom door. I love the laughter that bubbles up after glass breaks, because Elective is teaching us to have hope to break glass ceilings. I love the colors and patterns of paper flowers as we dance with minds, bodies, and voices full of hope. I love Elective, and I'm lucky enough to be part of it. Because girls are like water, we are forces of nature. We will laugh, cry, and sing, but our songs are for hope. So you'd better listen, because we are the future, a future of hope. And our voices will change the world. Because my world has already been changed in 46 days.
Hope is a storm that darkens the sky. It flickers the lights and cloaks the stars. Branches clatter and smash and beat out a rhythm of hope, reminding you it's there, it's always there. Hope is watching tears ride rolls of thunder through the blackened sky. It's pulling on those old flowered boots and dancing in the rain. Or better yet, splash through the puddles in bare feet and slip in the mud, because getting dirty is the only way to forget about my fears. Hope is a storm. Hope is a storm that leaves fallen leaves like promises, a promise of soil underfoot, a promise of sticky hair that smells like the sky, a promise of hope that won't wash away with the rain.
Hope has a torn leather cover and bursting seams. Thin gold lettering on the soft midnight black cover. Pages are torn, and crooked scrawl layers the parchment paper. It's full of aspiration, dreams, and bravery, tall tales of freedom and victory and joy. The outside's frayed and rugged, but the inside's crisp and smooth. It's like a seed. No one thinks much of its capability, but that very seed is inside of the souls of the thinkers and the doers and the dreamers. It may start out as a little girl, sleep-deprived and restless, alone in the dark, doing what she can to get a taste of that aspiration. Those dreams and all the bravery she can find in her world. But in this girl, a tree has sprouted, and so has hope.
Hope is the thing.
My name is Rosalind, and I will be performing an original poem entitled The Ultimate Gift. I see you every time I look in the mirror. My eyes, nose, and big smile reflect the life you gave me. Thank you for giving me life, for dropping me off at that police station, for taking those pills to save me. I cherish those pictures your mom used to send to me, because by looking at you, I can see the future me. I miss the way your hair used to wrap around me when the days got colder. I miss the smell of cherry-flavored cough drops that you used to carry. I miss the warmth of your hands pressing against mine as you say everything will be okay. I miss the way you used to cradle me as hope swooped around me like a dove. I miss you. You might not be with me right now, but you are my angel. I want you to know that I am okay. I'm a strong-willed, strong-minded girl who's going to give life a run for its money. You put your life at risk to make my life the best it could possibly be. I hope you hold me in your heart wherever you go, because I am you, you are me, and I will never let go.
My name is Annalise, and this is Amelia. We will be performing an original poem titled, "This Place I Call Home."
I have loved you since I was 3 days old. Your aluminum siding like a bright light, the blue door you have to slam shut, the windows that barely open. My house, this place I call home.
I have loved your trees and soil since I first met you, the sky ever-changing, sun, snow, rain, clouds, Colorado. This place I call home.
As I walk into the living room with a colorful carpet, there's a faint smell of sap. Sweet sap from the rosin I put on my violin bow. Next to me is my furry friend Autumn. Her white tufts of fur scatter the floor, her howl that harmonizes with my violin playing.
During the winter months at my grandma's, I walk into the living room to see what outerwear drying in front of the fire. Every night, prayers that by morning it'll be dry enough to wear. The mountains covered in snow, blanketed and silent, hibernation and recuperation taking place invisible to the naked eye.
This place I call home
Has been here through many emotions, commotions, words unspoken,
promises broken, oceans of tears as they stream down faces.
been here through seas of support and soulful solace, our faces gleaming like sun rays beaming.
Been here through seas of smiles, our grin as wide as Grand Canyon, gleeful and glorious we stand tall in this place we call home.
My name is Sid, and this is Eli and Clara. Tonight, we'll be performing The Journey by Mary Oliver. One day, I finally knew what I had to do and began. Though the voices around me kept shouting their bad advice, though the whole house began to tremble, and I felt the